Tuesday
Hello,
Live.
hello.
Hi,
Hi.
Babylon.
Welcome back to a Tuesday Live.
Yes, Tuesday Live, new life.
Yeah, Tuesday Live with new live. And we're
Exactly.
joining here on Instagram. Hi, everyone. It's very nice to see everybody joining. We're now on
Yes.
Instagram. When I look over here, I'm looking at Instagram.
Yes.
And over
Hi,
here is the
Instagram.
main screen.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, welcome. We are going over a topic that was requested by actually a few people.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Harold here and John Swazinski. Hi. It's very good to have
Hi,
everyone on.
hi.
If you're here, definitely say hi. This is a topic that a few people asked me about. And the topic was, can you guys talk about the LA fires? Can you talk about these natural disasters that are happening? It was the hurricanes, and then it became the fires. And there's just too many questions. And why is it happening now? And on the one hand, there was the government that in LA or in California, but in LA specifically, wasn't doing their part. The fire hydrants didn't have water. The brush wasn't cleared. The fire was spreading. On the other hand, there was things that made it a perfect storm. There was huge winds, and it was it went crazy. So people are asking: is this natural? Is it unnatural? Is there more to it? Essentially, to these natural, unnatural disasters.
Okay. Wow. So
Yeah,
there's few parts to it.
yeah,
90% of what's going on has one extremely simple explanation. Now, how do you know if the explanation is correct or it is just another theory?
yeah,
Can you do something about it?
yeah. True.
Can you do something about it? That's the so the reason for the disaster becoming so bad is that man is made to become incompetent.
That's a great point. Yeah.
It is really, let's say that the government creating the natural disasters. Let's say that there are some groups that creating the natural disasters. We'll talk about it separately, yes or no.
Yeah.
But if you have an able man, the damage will be very small. But because man is really made to become useless,
Yeah.
any small is a disaster.
Yeah. Yeah. It just
And
becomes
now,
way bigger than it needs to be, in other words. It just becomes
yes, it's like, okay, let's say that there's big winds and there's fire started, and you've got competent men that are ready, that can act, that actually take responsibility for their posts, that actually make sure that we are ready. You want to attack us? Not a problem. We'll handle it. Well, you're welcome. Then there's no problem.
yes, true.
Actual problem is that wherever you look, you see incompetency. Now, you don't really believe that until you start to manage people.
Yeah.
You don't really believe that until you try to get something out of any organization. Just speak to any person and you will see the stupidity is just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's very true. It's very easy to say, but and it's easy to think, yeah, you're right. But once you're in it and you're dealing with people, then you notice it. But then you start thinking, well, it's just these people that I'm working with, or just these people that I've hired. And you don't think it can't be that these people in top positions in government or whatever else are actually bad like these people that I've hired. And it's
No,
not
there
to say that
was.
everybody that you hire is bad. A lot of people are amazing and need coaching and need training and they're open to it. But people are worse than even the average in high positions. It's like hard to believe.
99.9% of people are really bad. I wouldn't give them the compliment of saying that they're stupid.
Yeah.
It's too
Yeah.
clever.
Yeah.
When a person don't understand what you talk to him, when a person don't understand what he says, when everyone is acting robotically, when everyone is afraid, never mind what you understand. If your purpose is to be afraid, you're stupid. If you're afraid, you're stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
True.
the only way to be successful is not to be afraid. What does it mean to be afraid? To resist looking at what's in front of you. Fear is an unwillingness to look, unwillingness to communicate. So for as long as you've been educated that you need to be afraid, you need to be careful. Everything is dangerous. You need to be careful. You need to know you are gone. Because when you are in fear, when you are afraid, you cannot perceive.
Yeah. True.
So
True.
there is no question about that. The strong belief that everything is dangerous, everything need to be super regulated, everything is dangerous. I need to be afraid.
Yeah.
When the viewpoint, you know that the country is gone. You want to know when the country is gone? Just check how many laws they have. How many laws they have, which mean how much they can trust the individual to make a sane decision based on the data around him, without the help of an exterior force, which called a law.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
True.
the actual why.
I see.
Because regardless if there is any kind of conspiracy theory or not theory, regardless if there is any kind of anything, if man is able to observe, no one will be able to cheat him.
Yes. Yes, exactly. And no one will be able, as you said, to attack him, because you have people that are basically allowing for these disasters to happen because they've been incompetent for so long.
Yeah.
So it's no wonder that you're getting these results, because there's people that are incompetent that put things off for another day until it becomes an emergency.
Yeah, and when you have incompetent people, you talk to them, and you the only person that doesn't think that is incompetent is the incompetent.
Yeah, yeah. They think they're the smartest ones.
Yeah, of course. Look. If this is all the people in the universe, and this guy is the smartest guy, okay?
Yeah.
Now this guy is the smartest guy, and this guy is incompetent. Is not so smart, but he somehow understand what the smart guy think. This guy doesn't have really any idea what the other two talking about, so he has no idea. This guy thinks that this guy is stupid, and this guy thinks that he's an enemy, and what you get is an average that says that that's the only thing you get, the average.
Yes. Yeah, and that is what every genius receives. Every genius receives basically the middle finger to any genius thing that they put forward.
Yeah. So it's really almost a checkmate, because the person that needs to improve, the person that needs to become better, cannot become better because he's been educated not to perceive. So when you don't perceive, what you get commands from your past. Your past is your boss, and you ignore what's in front of you.
Yes.
So you act extremely stupid. And the only thing that you may be able to smell that something is wrong, maybe, is because you still know that things are going wrong. You may be able to realize that if things don't go right in your life, it means that you don't know something. Although the instinct will be, it's their fault.
Yes. Wow. Yeah, 100%. I can see that. So even when somebody's very far gone, they have this thing of, I still know. Yeah.
Something is not going around me, and they will have an automatic. When you're afraid, it means, what does it mean afraid? I'm unwilling to find the source. And since the source is me always, I will always find the wrong source, because I don't see what's the actual result. That's why you're always afraid of nothing. What you're afraid of do not really exist. It's not really the thing that you should be afraid of.
Yes, yes.
Are you
So
with me?
true. Fully, yes, makes sense. Okay, so the basic thing here is gross incompetence, and that's the fundamental issue. Now, you mentioned that there would be something to talk about around, is there something going on with the government? Is there more to it than meets the eye?
Yeah.
And so what's your viewpoint on it?
There's much more to it than meets the eye. There is lots of interest groups that are not even connected to, or not even exist on, or controlled from this planet. They're operating on this planet. So we're in the middle of a planetary war that is unseen by the majority. No one, the average person is not aware that it's actually happening, but it's happening. But it will be very nice story to hear, and people love to hear those stories and to talk about it, and this happening, and they changing the weather, and they do this and this, which has a lot of truth in it. But it's really irrelevant. It's really irrelevant because the person that even listening to it doesn't really understand what does it mean to change the weather. Oh, they're throwing metal particles. Okay, so explain to me how exactly does it work? No, you cannot explain exactly how it works physically, mathematically. It means that you're just a robot at repeating things.
Yeah, true.
You're just repeating things. So if you repeat things like a robot, obviously robot don't know. Robot obey commands. So it's useless. If you're really interested in what's happening, take everything that you hear and make sure that you actually understand the technology behind it. And if not, be brave enough to realize that, okay, so you said something, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand the word weather, and I understand that they say that they're changing it. But if you don't understand how, I can tell you that the weather has been painted at yellow. You understand what does it mean? Yes, there's yellow.
Right,
You can
right.
see yellow and painted, and you think you know what paint is now.
Yeah. So what should someone do? Because say again, sorry.
It's really useless. What should
Yeah.
someone do? Basically, start a campaign. I want to understand. Before you believe someone, which means believe is just a method of making you useless. The more you believe, the less you are.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Believe
see.
is just an admission of I don't know, so I have to believe.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know what's happening outside. You're telling me there's wind. Okay, so I believe you.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if you love me, so I believe that you love me. It's useless, yes. So it's just a method of making you more robotic.
Right. I see.
So
So
the first thing, yeah, go ahead.
yeah. Well, I mean, the first thing is you were saying is you need to want to understand, but I mean, people that hear about the weather change now, for them to go and fully get how these machines work, and
Then if you are not willing to confront it, then it's irrelevant for you.
so what should someone like that do? That's like, I don't want to go and study all about it.
Then become just a person that is not afraid. Understand what's going on around you. Become competent yourself and ask others to become competent. That's the only contribution that you can make if you are willing, if you are not willing to go and understand more. But whatever you do, you are willing to understand, become competent in that area, and demand everyone else to be competent. Don't say, oh, you are so mean. If he didn't do a good job, you are not mean. He's stupid.
Yeah.
I demand results. I demand competent. And in your own life, make sure that you bring competent. Keep your word once given. Close your cycles of actions. Don't have delays. Don't get any excuse for no result other than I'm bringing the results.
Yes.
Stop being weak and useless.
Yeah.
Stop being weak and useless. Stop consuming entertainment and instead give entertainment to the world.
Yeah.
Just
100%.
really stop being
Wow.
weak and useless.
Bottom line.
And it's just a matter of become ethical, really. You need to
Yeah.
produce, you need to bring results, and you need to demand from everyone else to bring results, because otherwise you will have fires in your own life.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have your own storms.
Yeah.
And yes, like everyone else now blaming everyone in his sister for why it's happening in LA, but it happened. It's much better to prevent it. It's much better to be cause over it. Otherwise, you will look at the news and you will listen for hours of YouTube videos that explain to you about all the theories in the world. Do you understand them? No. Do the people that talks about it understand them? I promise you, 99.9999999% no, they're just robots. They're repeating something that they heard from someone.
Yes.
None of those guys invented the theory.
Yes, exactly.
You with me?
Exactly.
So
Okay. So
and how does it help? And let's say that the government changed the weather. How does it help that you're crying loudly? If you are incompetent,
yeah. No,
you will
100%.
cry about the wrong thing. If you're incompetent, if you are unable to understand, you will always cry for the wrong reason, and you will see that the end result of any revolution, in this case, bring a worse condition.
Yes, I see.
Have a look at men.
Yeah, very true. Very, very, very true. Wow. Okay. So the average person needs to get their act together and get very competent, at least on their area, become a professional, competent expert in their field and demonstrate that and create ripples around them of becoming competent.
Yeah. Stop using drugs to hide yourself. Stop using entertainment. Stop not looking at life. What is taking drugs? Taking drugs is just an attempt for something else to give you knowledge. You take ayahuasca, you take all of those things that supposedly good drugs. What does it mean? It means something else needs to give you reality. Something else needs to look for you. No, you are useless.
Yeah.
You are useless. You need to look.
Yeah.
You need to observe. You need to know. If you need someone or something else to know for you, even if the knowledge is not ayahuasca, which is total nonsense, total insanity, but even if it's not that, even if it is someone extremely smart that tell you what to do, you're still useless because you are still a robot.
Yeah.
You need to become source over your knowledge. The knowledge must be yours. You must be the thing that knows. Because you've been created as part of the Creator, as part of God, in His image, which means you have in you, built in, your default is, I know. Your default is, I know.
Wow. Yeah. That's amazing. That's an incredible, super powerful message. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody just needs to hear that part again and again and again every morning, basically. No, it's really, really good. And so, okay, so we have people that are going to be more and more competent in their area, and that they've taken that. But there's still this question of, well, what do I do in a government that's like, what do I do, number one, in this type of government situation, and why is it happening, and is it really happening, and is there something deeper, and what's going on? What's going on?
There is something deeper, but what can you do is to who selected the government?
The people.
The people. Okay, good. So the people selected the government,
Hopefully.
which means the government will be at the level of the average. It cannot be at the level of average, because if some kind of a genius will come and say, I want to be the president, the average will think that he's stupid.
Yes.
You really have to get that. You want a good government, you need to raise the average of people. So when a person say, the government is stupid, what does he say? He say, I am stupid because I selected him. But he said, no, I did not select them. It's the other side, the other people. No, you select. You made the decision. And you need to take responsibility for yourself and others. You need to raise your competency and others. The best way to control people is not to have a strong government or some kind of a tyrant, or it's not to make them slaves or anything like that, because the slaves always break the chain. The best way is to make them stupid. So they want to be slaved.
Yes. Yes.
They're caged. They are caged, and they want to be caged. They want the laws. They want the limitations. They want everything to be told them. You can turn 3 times to the right and not 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It goes that way. It goes that way. You don't believe it. But if you look at the number of laws that you got from, 200 years ago to now, everything is controlled, which means if you are controlled with everything, you don't have self-determinism. You don't have actual freedom. Everyone shout freedom, freedom, freedom. We want more laws.
Yeah. So it is an oxymoron. So, but the thing is, how do you let me go back a second. You said something with the government when you said, look, if that's the government, you selected the government, and you say, no, but I didn't because I voted Democrat or I voted Republican, whatever. And then you say, no, but you selected it. What do you mean by that?
For government to become a government, the group needs to support the government.
The majority needs to.
The group, yes, the 90% of the group. So the group support the fight between Democrats and Republicans. The group support the system of government. The group support what's going on. The group support and agree for the laws.
I see.
More and more laws, more tax, more limitations, more monitoring. The group agreed to give up. 9/11, there was a few thousand people that died, 2,500, I think. And but at that moment, the American agreed in 22 seconds to give up all their freedom. In 2 seconds, everyone can be searched, and everyone can be listened to, and everyone can be arrested, and everyone, you agree to that.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
You agree to this. You agree to those limitations. You agree to more and more limitations. Why? Because you're afraid. What happens when you're afraid? You make stupid decisions because you're not allowed to, or unable or unwilling to look. So the deterioration is endless. You want to recover a country. Number one, you need to restore education. Number two, you need to stop that education will stop the consumption of drugs. You cannot fight drugs by handling the drug dealers. The only way to stop drugs is to stop the consumption. The consumption will stop by education.
Yes.
You need to stop the urge to push people to behave ethically by laws, because that's not ethical, that's maybe justice. And you need to get them to understand, so they want to be ethical. People that are educated are ethical. They don't need laws.
Yeah.
Only savages, uneducated, need lots of laws.
Yes.
You need to restore religion, because religion, real religion, not organized religion that set up in order to control you and make you nonsense. Yes, not a religion that set up just to take your money. God loves you, but He really needs a lot of money all the time. Yes. Religion.
Yes.
You need to restore religion so people have some kind of a moral compass. You need to make people being able to recognize right from wrong and act from that viewpoint.
Yeah.
At the moment, people cannot recognize right from wrong because they don't see. How can they recognize right from wrong? They
True.
don't see what's in front of them.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, I see. Wow. Amazing. Got it.
It sounds you're shocked, probably.
No, I'm with you. I was thinking about what you were saying here. It's true, very true. I want to ask you a question here. That first of all, on Instagram, I'm looking here at the Instagram. So the Instagram live. So first of all, Yannick said God viewpoint is powering. And then Byron asks, hi, I understand that ayahuasca may place one in an effect state, much like many therapies that function on the therapist is cause and the client is effect. But how can we dismiss an entire culture as insane and nonsense? Ayahuasca has a rich musical culture and rich tradition of music, as one example.
Yeah, I'm talking about the drug, taking the drug, any drugs. If you go to a coach and the coach make you an effect, God will help you. He's not a coach. He's a shepherd.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
It's not a coach.
Yeah.
If you go to a therapy session and the therapist tell you what to think, then he's not a therapist. He just make you more effect. The end result of any therapy should be to make you more self-determined, not more robotic. Oh, my therapist told me. If your therapist told you and you do it, God will help you.
Yeah, and that happens often. That's how it.
100%. It should be. I was in therapy and I realized that, and now I'm more willing to look. So there is nothing predefined. I realized that I need to look. There is nothing predefined. If the end result of the therapy is all men are good or bad, or all women are this or that, or my boss is this or that, nonsense. No, the end of the therapy should always be, I'm more willing to look. I'm more willing to see the data in front of me right now at zero time and make same decision based on the data in front of me at zero time, and the hell with the past.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. That's a totally different viewpoint, even for somebody that's going in for therapy. Just to know that's your purpose, because a lot of therapy and therapists structure things in the sense of, I'm going to tell you how it is and how you feel and what to think and what it is and where it came from and so forth. So that's a real difference.
When the source is exterior to you, let's say, oh, my dad did that to me. Now, your dad might be dead by now, or he's like 89,000 years old and he doesn't remember anything. And you have a problem with your dad, with what he did to you at the age of 4. How can you be cause over it?
Yeah. What do you do with that?
What do I do with that? But if it is my viewpoint on what is done, okay, done it, thank you very much. It's done. It's happened. I'm 50 years old. It's happened when I was 4. 46 years ago. Probably somewhere around a few minutes after it happened, I should say, okay, fine, it's happened next, let's create.
Yeah. Why do people hang up? Why do people hang up and hold on to it for 46 years? Why do they hang up?
Okay, because they don't have the real reason for why something happened. And why they don't have the real reason for why something happened? Because they're missing the basic principle. The physical universe convinces you that you are an effect. Everything happened to you.
Yeah.
This happened and that happened. So everything happened to you. The truth is that you as a spirit, you're cause. You cause everything. If your dad did something to you at the age of 4, it's you. And say, you want to tell me that the baby by the age of 4 can define? Yeah, your baby by the age of 4, but you didn't live once, number 1. That's not your first rodeo. Number 2, why did it happen to this baby and not another baby? Number 3, why did you pick up this family? And number 5, whatever. The most important thing, if I'll take 4 babies at the age of 4 with the same dad, each one of them will act differently. Which means it's you. It's not the dad. And I'm not saying that the dad should not go, let's say, did something really bad, go to hell or go to prison or get married. I'm not saying that.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not saying that. Who to blame. But I, as a responsible person, should become cause over it. Does it
I
help
see.
me to blame him? No. Next.
Yeah, I see.
Does it help me to blame him? No. So then next, if you don't, you will be very right and he will be very wrong, but you will be useless. So you need to make a decision. What do you want? To be useless or to be successful? Or to be right? You either can be right and useless or successful. You cannot be two.
I see.
If you try to be right, I promise you'll be useless.
I see. So you don't need to be right. You need to actually be willing to see more viewpoints and be responsible.
Yeah, figure out how you can be cause of the situation, how you created it.
Yeah, got it. Okay,
Someone
so there.
told you are stupid. You can say, but he said I saw his mouth moving. Yes, I know, but he says that. But you give the value to the words, because if it was a blonde that told you you are stupid, you'll say, oh, did you see how nice she talks to me?
At least she spoke to me.
At least she spoke to me. Yes.
Yeah, you give the value to it, the meaning to the
Yeah.
words. So that's amazing, by the way. That's so true. So, okay, so people need to become more competent. They need to actually realize that they need to take more responsibility. They need to come to be in present time as opposed to having their attention on the past, right?
Yeah.
But they're in a world, and this is kind of to wrap up, but they're in a world where all these natural disasters are happening again and again. It seems like it's increasing. It seems like there's a barrage against them. You know, you mentioned that there's a lot of things that need to be restored in the world, like education and religion and a lot of important things. But what is going on? I don't feel like we've really answered what's going on here.
There is a war to destroy man, to make man into a machine.
And how do natural disasters play into that? Why is that the way? Why not, I don't know, just drug people more?
Natural disasters is just showing people that bad things can happen, so they beg for stronger control. They beg for more laws. They beg to be more protected by an exterior viewpoint.
I see.
So natural disaster, corona, all this nonsense is just methods of convincing people that they are useless. They need protection. Be afraid, be afraid, be afraid. And I, the government, will come and protect you, because you will not survive without my protection.
I see.
Criminal organization, they force you to get protection, and you pay for it by tax.
Yeah, I see. And then is there obviously a massive economic ripple effect on every area that gets these natural disasters that hit? It creates huge economic repercussions as well. That must be a part of it as well.
It creates an economic repercussion for specific people, but the government, it's nothing. For the government, it's actually good, because they have more people more willing to do anything I say. So if you have pensions, okay, fine, we can take your pension money because we need to protect you. If you have whatever, there's always a push of you need to be protected because you are useless.
Yeah, I see.
So how do you know if the law is good or not? Does it make the individual, the citizen, more self-determined or less?
Yeah.
Every single law can be reduced to, does it make you more self-determined or less?
Right.
If the law is making all the honest citizen criminal, for example, let's say that there is the law now that you go to through security in the airport and you need to be undressed. Yes? 99.999999999999999% of people are good.
Yeah.
Now, all of them now become in effect at that checking point.
Yes.
It's incorrect.
I see.
Incorrect. The why is not by trying to prevent a terrorist going through the security, because if a terrorist really want to go through security, he will go through security. So they will not go through security, so they will shoot a missile. And if they will not shoot a missile, they will put a bomb. And if they will not put a bomb, they will put poison. And whatever you will do, that's never the way to stop terrorists.
Yes, I see.
It's not the way to stop terrorists. The way to stop terrorism is to bring better education. It's really the bottom line is education, religion, ethics, drugs, the family values. You need to restore humanity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Humans are not humans when they're afraid. Humans are humans when they're brave. When you look at someone that is afraid, you don't admire him. But when you look at human that is brave, you admire him. Anyone that conquer any place, any real advance in history, someone had to be super brave.
Yes.
Because he went against the agreement of everyone. Like any advance was required a lot of bravery and a lot of willingness to confront and to look and to do despite the danger, not to protect yourself from the danger.
Amazing.
If you want to look at
it's a big difference.
People that are afraid and crying and no, government, please protect me, protect me, protect me. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's true. I see.
Crying babies.
Yeah, 100%. Ashley's asking. Yeah, Ashley's asking. It seems like a majority of people are not wanting more control, though, from what I see. So, how do people stand up and say no, for instance, in LA to the new smart cities?
How? By first of all, realizing that in order to have smart cities, a lot of people have to agree to smart cities. The majorities must agree to it. Why do I agree to it? Because there is some kind of an excuse. What is the excuse? Somehow it's going to protect you.
Yeah.
Somehow it's going to protect you, because if it's not, if the majority will not agree, it will not happen. If the majority will not agree, the people that are elected are not likely to come up with such stupid ideas, because they will be smart enough. But right now, who get elected? The average. Who is the average? The stupid.
Yeah.
The uneducated. The person that wants protection. So he wants protection. So he believes as a politician that since protection is good for him, it will be good for everyone. And if you get paid for it also a little bit on the side, it's also much better.
Yeah, that's how it works. Bend it like Barnett on Instagram Live said, "Love listening to you this morning from Melbourne, Mayor."
Oh wow! Hi.
Yeah. Hi.
Nice.
So amazing. And Bridget said, "Thank you for doing this topic. I came on late, but I'll watch the replay." Yeah, it was very good. It was very, very good. So, what can somebody do as a first step to learning their field better, becoming more competent, understanding how they can become more mentally strong, more courageous? What do they do? What do you do? What does somebody do?
Prison break.
Prison break. Yes, I like
the first
that.
thing, you need to tattoo all your body with the
Yes, like prison break.
Yeah. Okay, you need to break from the prison. How do you break from the prison? The truth, the thought, will set you free. And what does it mean, the truth? There is no such thing as truth with someone else. The truth is always with you, your viewpoint. And how do you get to a point where you can actually recognize truth? By the way, my definition of the word clever is the ability to recognize truth.
Yeah.
How do you get to a point where you stop being stupid and you start being clever? You need to get knowledge that makes you more cause. You need to find knowledge that is used to remove what prevents you from being source and cause over your life. You need to find knowledge that actually help you to remove the automaticities in your mind and get you to look. So you need to find knowledge that you hear the knowledge and you say, does the speaker insist that I know, or does the speaker insist that I need to follow him?
Right.
If the speaker say, look, I know, and you need to be my ships and you follow me, and I will tell you the right way, run. The only right way is your way.
Yes.
Only
Wow.
right way is your way. Any way that is been led for you is incorrect. So you need to find knowledge that remove this need for someone to tell you, which means that actually you need to look for knowledge that insists that learning is just a method of removing lies, is not adding data, because you already know. And if you already know, you don't need data. Knowingness has nothing to do with data. If you can close your eyes and open your eyes and discover a brand new environment around you, and you will realize that the environment is there not because you understand what it is, but because you put it there, because it's there.
Yes.
You'll realize what I mean by you need to be source over the data. The more you rely on your past, the worse you are.
Wow.
It's really unbelievable. The more you rely on the past, the worse you are. And people say, but I have experience. It's so valuable. Nothing is valuable. You are valuable.
Yeah.
When you say the
Exactly.
experience is valuable, it means this is important. I'm not. No.
Yeah, that was a big one for people to first chew on, is when you started saying, look, your past, your experience, it's not the valuable thing. It was like, what do you mean? How can you say that?
Your experience is
So
your it's defined your limitations.
exactly.
And you don't have a limitation, so it must be a lie. The spirit don't have a limitation. So it must be a lie, like your body is a lie because it's limiting you. Unless if you realize that you are not your body, so then you will start to use your body, not serve your body.
Yeah, powerful. That alone is beyond powerful.
Yeah.
So people can get something called the soul coffee as a way to prison break. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Okay, so if you look around, you'll see that the physical universe, the environment, YouTube, everything you consume, food, everything you consume, it has a basic purpose, which is to convince you that you are a slave. You're an effect. But the truth is that you are source, not only cause, that you are source. Without you, words have no value. Without you, food has no taste. Without you, walls have no meaning.
Yeah.
If no one is inside the room is nothing.
Yes.
There's no meaning to the room without someone in the room. Yes.
Yeah, true.
So the moment that you realize that without you there is no meaning, and you are everything, you give meaning to things. But you've been convinced continuously, you're brainwashed all day long. You're brainwashed all day long. I'm effect. You're effect. You're effect. You're effect. You are useless. You are effect. You are useless. You need to balance it in order to get to somehow a position that maybe you'll start to realize that there is a little bit of moments in time that you are not as effect as you think you are. And if you get to this small level, you'll see that it's a big improvement, because it will be the first time that instead of going down, you start to go up. So it's a massive thing. So if you have something that's going down, an airplane that's crashing, going down, the moment that you can get it to start going up, okay, you have been saved.
Yeah, true. That's so true.
You're not going to crash. And the purpose of the soul coffee is to, first of all, bring you to a point where you're not going to crash. You're going to improve. It might take you longer, shorter, depends on you, but you're not going to crash. It will stop the danger of crashing. And what it does, it's every day I give you a video of a few minutes. It can be 1 minute, it can be 3 minutes, it can be 7 minutes, few minutes with the basic principle and some drills from time to time to do that designed to make you source, which means what I say is not important. What I say is not important. What you decide because of what I say is important. If you just listen to this Soul Coffee and you'll say, wow, that's nice, it's really bad. It's actually damaging for you. But if you listen to this Soul Coffee and say, wow, this is what I'm going to do, now you are the boss.
Yeah, I love that. It's like the therapy situation. That's the purpose, is what can I realize and what can I do with that?
I'm doing the Soul Coffee for quite a while, and the wins, we have thousands of wins, or I don't know how many, lots of wins, and the wins are really unbelievable. And I'm sure that some people are on the call that getting the Soul Coffee and can tell you.
Bridget said Soul Coffee is super helpful. I love it. Yeah. It really is.
It should be Soul Life, but
it should be what? It should be what?
Life for the soul, Soul Lives.
Yes,
Life for the soul. Yes.
Yeah, well, coffee is kind of like life, so it's similar. Soul Coffee,
Better positioning.
Yeah. Okay, amazing. So if anybody's interested in the Soul Coffee, we've made it so that anybody can join from a financial standpoint and just ease of getting on. You have a 14-day free trial, and it's only $29 a month, which means it's like 97 cents a day. So you can sign up. You do a 14-day free trial. You get 14 videos.
Cheaper than Starbucks.
Much cheaper than Starbucks, I can tell you for sure.
Cheap coffee.
Cheap coffee. I know it. It's the only cheap coffee that actually tastes really good. And it's really unbelievable because you can do the 14 days and stop, and you'll have gotten 14 videos that maybe were nice, maybe not. Maybe you'll do something, maybe not. Or you'll decide, wow, this is something that I actually really need. I can't stop, which is what happens most frequently by far. And it's $29 a month, and you get these videos that are literally the bare minimum that you can do to just get these powerful pieces of truth to stop the dwindling spiral. At the very least, if you can't just watch a video a day that's three to 5 minutes, like that's the bare minimum, but it changes everything. So if you want, that's gprosperity.com/drink soul coffee. So gprosperity.com/drink soul coffee, or email us if you can't find the link, and we'll get you on, or DM us or whatever.
From time to time, we add a shot to the coffee. So,
just to give it a buzz.
Yeah.
Whoa. Exactly. Irish coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah. This was amazing. Yeah, exactly. This was really, really amazing. Thank you for everybody that was on. It was really great to have you and your interactions. And if you like this, number one, share it. Number two, subscribe or follow, depending on what channel you're on. And Abba, thank you so much. It was amazing, as always. Answers that are surprising but true. And it was really powerful. So thank you.
I love you. Thank you, everyone, for watching. See you next week.
Bye. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.